Um, Give me a sec. Gotta make the observatory accessible again. Here, hang on. Sorry, it's taking a minute. Fucking pull up table plop. There we go. So last we left off, you two were heading to the lower levels, right?
Yeah.
Hello,
I
everyone.
So yeah.
see.
Yeah, last you two left off, you two were headed down this way, I'm pretty sure,
Mhm.
to get to the lower levels of the building. Um,
Yes.
Now, I will say, Cornelia did not follow you. You noticed, I think.
Mhm.
Though I don't think it's of immediate note to you because you guys have split up through this place before.
Right.
Um, so I think. Hang on a second. I got to pull up my map of this place because I have like files on my computer for this. I can figure out where you guys end up. I think it's here. I believe. Yep, here.
Yay.
Um, you guys head down the stairs and you find yourself in a small storage room. There's a few crates here and there. They look like they haven't been touched in a long time. Like pretty much the majority of everything else in this place.
Uh,
Um, hmm?
Can I tell what's inside them? Like if I try to open them?
If you open them, it doesn't look like there's much of real interest inside.
Okay.
There seem like some. It doesn't seem like much of importance, to say the least. Whatever's in here, like supplies for work of some kind, but it doesn't
Mhm.
seem like anything really that matters at all. I'd
Okay,
say.
got you.
Catalyst, you go into this room and you see that it leads out into sort of a cave area with like two doors, one here and one here, um, that kind of lead off
Okay.
in different directions. This door has an inscription on it, actually.
What does it say?
The door says charging station.
Oh,
Do you think
okay.
that's probably for all of the little drones that are flying around?
It would make sense. But let's inspect it.
Um, you open the door, find yourself going down a long hall, and at the turn, you notice a massive room
holy shit.
full of just a bunch of these constructs um, that have been essentially like shut down. They seem like they stand next to these like sigils that are put on the walls, and it seems like they're draining this red energy from them to recharge. But they don't seem
Mm.
to be active here.
Is
You
this
also
like
notice
a
this
pit?
massive fucking pit. Um, would you like to look to see what's down there?
Sure. I
As you
don't want
peer
to hop in.
down, as you peer down, you actually see um, down here.
Oh, okay.
Again here.
You see that room where you initially came in and saw all the broken constructs. Um,
Okay.
Got you.
this just goes right down there. It's a pretty long drop.
Okay.
Um,
What's over here?
Behind this door, there is another room and a drone that seems to be patrolling the area. It looks at you, Catalyst, and just as all of the other ones have thus far, um, it scans you, like it scans your face, and then it kind of just becomes passive.
All right. Yay.
As it continues to sort of patrol the area. Um, you see to your right this massive red crystal that seems to look similar to the one you saw a level down.
Like this one over here.
Yeah, like that one there. So,
Okay.
it seems to be it seems like whatever it's being used for, it's powering maybe the room back here.
Mm-hmm.
From what it looks like, and then you see these two sets of like terminals here seem to have a use that isn't quite defined.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Brim, what are you doing?
I'm here. I'm just following
Okay.
Catellus.
Okay.
Well, let's explore the other rooms, shall we? I love
Yay.
exploring.
Now
Yay,
I will
exploring my
say,
favorite!
do either of you take into account the fact that Cornelia has not followed you?
Maybe. I feel like he would kind of be like she would have like caught up, I think, by now. Like, I think we'd be exploring mainly the same areas.
Catellus, you do notice that this whole time you've been in this lower level thus far, Cornelia has not followed. She's not here, right?
Like she
She
left?
didn't. No, like she didn't quite say anything, and she kind of just like didn't follow you down here. You notice.
Maybe we'll end up finding her. I mean, we've been to mainly the same places. Maybe she just went another direction?
Right. So, second. You go into this room.
Yes.
Okay, give me a sec. Got a fucked up thing here. Yeah, okay. You know what? Yeah. You enter this room and you see a bunch more broken constructs, and you see a few drones over there too. They're like trying to contain something. You see like this barrier of red energy that these drones seem to be like projecting. While on the inside there is these defenders here, these little iron dog things that are like attacking
Fucking spiders.
these fucked up spiders, right? Yeah, there's like these fucked up spiders, and actually, Brim, you kinda recognize these.
Oh, I do?
Give me a second.
Oh shit. Okay. Hell yeah.
These are actually I'm gonna have you roll a bit of a
Check for you.
intelligence check. Intelligence check.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Intelligence check to get an idea of the
Intelligence
idea.
check coming your way. That is a 7, Connor.
Okay.
Oh.
All you can tell, these are definitely demonic in nature, but you don't know much else.
So I think like Brim steps beside Catellus and is like squinting like through this barrier at those, and she kind of leans over to.
Sorry.
She leans over to Catellus and is like, I think those might be infernal in nature. Those spiders. There's something weird about them.
You see this iron defender like bites into this one, pretty much killing it instantly, like tearing it apart. And the other one seems to be having a bit of trouble, and it gets like this spider spits some acid at this one, and it kind of just its face melts and it like drops and like broken on the ground. There's definitely an altercation going on here.
Right.
You also notice, I think, compared to these things here, these broken constructs, these were not melted at all. Like this here, this here, this here. If you inspect them, you would see that they are actually kind of like, it seems like they were hit with some kind of weaponry. Like, there's cuts in the metal that like, as if the metal was cut by something that was burning hot.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
Noticing it's burning hot, I think Brim just gonna look at Catellus and says, I think we have some more demons to deal with, if I had to take a guess.
Probably.
I mean, it might make sense if that Nurglid also wanted to know what was going on here, other than just feeding on the people of town. Maybe there's further motive for why it was working with Nock. If I had to take a guess.
If you'd like to roll like a history check to remember how the behaviors of Nurglids, because they do actually have a listed behavior for how they like
Yeah,
do shit.
sure. Yeah. History?
Yes.
That is going to be a 15, Connor.
Okay. Brim, you know that what Nurglids usually do is they find a nice isolated place to like hide and live, and then they tend to feed on nearby people. They tend to live in cave systems sometimes, actually.
Okay.
And usually when they get found by someone of considerable power, they offer to strike a deal with them for their own continued survival. That is actually one of the many reasons why Nurglids do, like, you see Nurglids making pacts, but that's mostly the reason why, is for their own continued survival.
Okay. I'm gonna just, like, relay that info to Catellus as well.
Okay. Well, I want to help out the androids. Is this like something I can't walk through?
You can try.
I think Catellus comes down here and tries to touch the
You
barrier.
touch the barrier, and as soon as your hand like makes contact with this energy, you feel it like zap back at you with some force, and you take a point of damage.
Just 1 point? Okay.
Yeah, just 1 point of damage. Like, yeah, it definitely stung and it pushed your hand away. Like, whatever this is, these drones are trying to contain it in here.
Lucas, what's your health at?
26.
Out of
30.
Okay, I'm gonna do 4 points of lay on hands on you.
Okay.
Catellus, you feel this energy, like, whatever little wounds you had from that, are gone. Like, you don't feel the lingering pain from it zapping you in the hand. You do notice that the altercation is still continuing inside. It seems like these two are fighting now. But it doesn't seem like you can really get in.
Holy shit, wait, Connor. Oh, well, they can't really do anything in combat. But I was about to say, can I, as a ritual spell, so I don't expend a spell slot, take 10 minutes here to cast Unseen Servant and summon them inside this barrier?
Summon them inside. Okay.
Yes.
Hang on a second. Do I have an Unseen Servant token? I do, don't I?
And it can interact with objects, but it can't do combat.
Yeah, it can't do combat, but it can interact with objects, and it can't go beyond 60 feet of you.
Yes. Okay, I'll be able to see in the room, but I won't be able to do anything else.
Yeah. We'll say that, give me a second. There is actually a token for Unseen Servant. You'd be surprised.
I think, like, since this is a ritual spell, I imagine Brim, like, I don't know, like, how she got this knowledge. Maybe, like, it's something that Slate informed her, like, in the back of her mind.
I think subconsciously you felt like you were always able to do this.
Hell yeah.
And it's becoming more apparent to you now that these powers are, like, being unlocked the closer you get to using your trinket. Like, the more you use it, the more you feel like... It feels like second nature to you to do these things. Though I will say there is some inexplicable familiarity to this.
Oh, damn. Oh. And then
Here, let me just make it public. You can move it around if you'd like,
So, I'm just gonna have it, like, it can't fight or anything. Also, it's invisible, so, like, Catellus isn't seeing anything. So they're not seeing anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna have it explore. And I can look through its eyes, so I'm just trying to see what's back here.
You can see it.
This tile is where it would be unsummoned.
Yeah, okay. You see this, terminal here. You see these two other spiders that seem to just be, like, doing their own thing like making a nest out of this place, and there's just like this toxic fucking goop everywhere here. And you see that this terminal here, it looks like completely obliterated.
Damn.
Not just by the melting from the acid, but it looks like someone actively went to it, messed around with it, and then destroyed it.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna tell Catellus what I saw. He's like, it looks like they're making a nest up here, and it also appears that there's a terminal that maybe they destroyed or someone destroyed, like intentionally.
Would I be able to cast magic in there?
As it stands, this barrier here, is intended to prevent anything from getting in or out.
Okay. I want to help, but I guess I kind of can't.
Yeah. I mean, it does. What you can tell is it seems like there's evenly spaced, like, drones here that are maintaining this force field, containing whatever the hell is happening in this room.
Yeah. I'll leave this for now, and this will be solved at a later date.
I'm gonna dispel my unseen servant.
Alright, the unseen servant fucking disappears. I will say you did notice, like, another one of those, like, dragon statues kind of just cut up into pieces here.
Damn.
Not melted, not attacked by spiders or anything. This one particularly was cut up into tiny little fucking pieces.
Damn.
We're gonna be
fucking
on
up my
guard for
dragon.
Huh?
Who fucking up my dragons? The fuck, man.
As you guys go into this area, you see, it looks just like a corridor, really. Further you look down, it does actually lead right back to here. Kind of just went in a big old circle. Do you want to go to this door here?
Yeah.
There's a door here.
Yes.
I keep forgetting. You hear inside and you see, it looks like they're trying to repair something in here. Actually, you also notice that there's like, fucking bones. Actually, no, those aren't here. Actually,
So they're not real.
They're not real. The bones are not here. But you do see that there is like, okay. There's like these crystals lining the walls. You can see they look similar in nature to the ones you saw, here and down on the third floor. But they look like they aren't the same color. Instead of being like this glowing red, they seem to be more of like a bluish purple color, actually.
Okay.
Are these chains real?
The chains are not real.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go back down, and I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah.
Okay. You open this door, you find a corridor and a way to turn right and a way forward.
Water!
You see the water here. Actually, could you both roll perception for me real quick?
Water!
Yes.
Oh, that's a nat 20, gang.
Okay.
Wasted a nat 20 on a perception check.
Brim, you see that in this water, there seems to be some kind of big enough to go through pipeline that goes somewhere.
There's a pipe under there, Catellus.
It looks like it might lead somewhere.
Oh, fuck, I hate to do this again. I'm gonna 10-minute ritual spellcast Unseen Servant and send him in there.
Okay. You sit there for 10 minutes, and the unseen servant is back.
And I want to make him go through the pipe and see where it goes.
Okay.
Catellus is like, why the fuck are we standing around for 10 minutes? Why?
Go
What are you
through
doing?
the pipe, and you see that it leads out to... Oh, shit. It leads out to... here. This body of water that is outside. You also notice that it kind of like dispels just as you reach the surface of the water because it's gotten a little too far.
I'll just say, it looks like this goes outside this pipe. back to the entrance.
How do you know that?
Oh, well, I'm not sure if I actually even really told you about this. I mean, me and the trinket, we've been bonding more, like even more so than before. And I'm finding that I'm able to do things that I think are kind of intrinsic to me, almost like riding a bike. And I'm able to summon this unseen force that I can look through sometimes. That's why I've been standing here for 10 minutes trying to cast that. I did it earlier, too. It's a tool that's going to be very helpful for both of us, I think.
Okay. Even though we have been told not to, quite trust it.
I mean, I don't think I really have a choice, Catellus.
Catellus, like, kind of sighs and lifts it aside before he's just like, okay, I mean, you're right, I guess.
Yeah. You guys continue on. You see like this smaller hallway. The torches light as you pass by them, as all the others have in these areas.
Stairs.
You go down the stairs. You find yourself. Hang on a second.
We gotta zoom
You
out.
find yourselves. Where the fuck was this supposed to go again? Sorry. Map. There it is. Okay. Aha. You guys end up down here.
Ah, okay.
Actually, that's where this leads.
Okay.
And you see this like broken drone here. Once again, bearing those same like evidence of someone cutting into it with something very hot.
Catellus.
Oh, and you notice these braziers here, they light up as you appear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
So where
safe to say that we've explored this complex in its entirety, at least from what I've gathered.
Oh, no, we haven't.
There's
Because,
still the roof.
yeah, we need to explore the roof.
Okay, let's go do that.
We'll just say you guys kind of like go back through, and then you get to like this area here, the stairwell. You notice there's no really like anything stopping you from getting up to the roof.
Okay, cool.
Catellus. As you do, you reach this upper area here.
Fucking go, Chad.
And you see this massive fucking telescope that's opened up to the night sky. And as you approach, you do see another drone that seems to be doing like maintenance or something along this here.
Okay.
Like cleaning off the telescope. And you see another like one of those constructs kind of just offline here.
And I see stuff written over here, no?
Uh-huh. And in particular, you see a book, Catellus.
Yeah.
You see a particular book with a very particular name, actually, written on it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
This book... Hang on a second. Let me pull up my notes for this. This is big for you. Yeah. Give me a second. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Catellus, you see this book. It looks like a first draft copy, like an incomplete something. It looks like it's been here for a long time. It's open to a page that seems incomplete. Trying to figure something out. When you look at the cover of the book, you see the book is called The Art of Reading the Sky. And the name at the bottom. The name at the bottom, you've heard it before. You know who this person is. From a long time ago in your family. This book was written by Antares Windforn.
Oh! Oh, shit. Damn, okay.
And would you like to see what's in the book?
Yes, I would. I would love to read this book.
As you read through it, you see that from the notes you've read before, they they mention things about reading the sky and these things called skyglyphs. This book gives you a lot more information. Catellus. From what you can tell, what's here, at least. This theory indicates that written on the sky itself are characters miles tall, of a language unknown to the world, yet intrinsically understood, that when read, has the possibility to cast some kind of spell. It's random from instance to instance what spell is cast, but if these glyphs are read, they cast more potent spells than some of the most powerful magic out there. Like, stuff that would rival things that were done, like stuff that would not really rival, but equal spells cast before Karsus' falling.
Oh.
Like, these runes are ancient. Like, the theory thinks that they might have existed before most living beings did.
Oh shit.
But you notice as you read more and more further and further in, it's a lot more conjecture, a lot more hypothesis. It's an incomplete theory, Catellus. An incomplete theory that's right here in front of you.
That in the stars themselves, if you read the glyphs, that you can cast very potent magic.
So
that there's
basically,
magic inherently in the sky, basically.
Yeah. Basically, what this implies is that there are these, like, this is runic language written along the surface of the sky itself. And these runes are called skyglyphs, according to this theory. And if you read them, if you find some way to detect them and read them out, either in your mind or out loud, they will activate. And their magic, the magic that is intrinsically linked to these glyphs, is theorized to potentially be stronger than some of the magic that existed back during the Netherese Empire.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, it's incomplete for now, but...
You could complete the theory.
Exactly. Okay. I'm like, I don't know how he would explain this to Brim.
Yeah, Brim's like looking expectantly at you, like... Yeah,
Brim, you see Catellus looking at this with, like, what kind of expression do you think Catellus is wearing right now, looking at this?
Like, a shocked expression. This is, like, Catellus' main, like, the highest form ancestor. Like, this is someone who made the name for the Windward family. Like, this is, like, if, like, looking up a family tree, this is one of the head people of that family tree.
Yeah, this is, like, one of the eldest ancestors you know of.
Yeah.
Like...
So, hearing that, and then seeing what this is, and also just, like, it being so... Everything about it makes sense to Catellus, but how is he gonna explain to Brim if there might be magic just in the sky, in the stars?
Brim, you see Catellus just, like, looking at this book, flipping page by page through it with a shocked, almost intrigued expression.
What did you find? What does it say?
This is... And he, like, holds his place in the book still, but you can see he, like, flips to the front, almost as if he, like, doesn't believe what he's reading, before he turns it towards Brim and, like, points at the name. This is, like, my highest ancestor. Like, this is the person that made the name for the Windward family.
Okay.
This is his place. This book
Catellus, you remember a document you found back in the archives of the library back in town that mentioned someone going up here to this observatory to complete their magnum opus.
Oh! My god, it goes. Oh shit. Right. Damn, this is crazy. He was. This is like everything. That it's saying that there could be magic still left over from. I don't even. And it seems like he's at like a huge loss for words, and he keeps like looking at the book and continuously reading it in between as he's explaining.
Brim,
I mean, I know you had mentioned that like learning about magic, learning about everything is very important to you, and that you're trying to kind of find the answer to everything. I'm assuming this plays into that.
Yeah, this is saying that there's still like a way of magic before. I already forget the guy's name. Era.
okay. Catellus, I will say, back during the time of the, the Netherese Empire, really, magic was a lot stronger. Arguably, one of the most important events. I think you probably have heard plenty of times about it.
Yeah.
Karsus's Folly was an event where magic was used by mortals to usurp the role of the god of magic at some point.
Yeah.
Of course, it
Holy shit,
didn't
Connor.
work, but it obviously didn't work, and the weave kind of got destroyed for a while because of it.
Would we, or at least I guess, would Catellus? I don't think Brim's not a historian.
Brim
I mean, she was taught
probably
stuff.
would have heard of it, maybe,
but
definitely doesn't know what it is.
Would Catellus know that during Karsus's Folly, part of that was Mistral being killed? Is that something Catellus knows?
Yeah.
I'd say Catellus knows that, yeah.
And that's why we have Mistred now.
And that's why magic is like so heavily restricted now compared to back then. Back then it was kind of just let loose. Now, not so much. But there are pieces of it, pieces of what came before that still exist out there. These glyphs.
Yeah.
Maybe they're part of that.
And that's like, I think Catellus. I'm probably about to sneeze in a second. Catellus goes like through a very basic rundown of. I keep forgetting his name. You keep saying it, and then I
Karsus's Folly.
Karsus's Folly.
Holy shit! This is huge.
There, just so you know what happened. Like,
thank you.
Because wasn't the whole thing that
the
like
event name.
He tried making like a 12th level spell or whatever, and that
the 12th
collapsed the weave?
Spell, the 12th level spell was him trying to usurp the role of a god.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So he very, I think, like kind of explaining it to a kid like Karsus's Folly.
Yeah.
It was someone who tried to use magic to overthrow Mistral, ended up killing him and destroying the weave until Mystria came. Mystra, I'm sorry. I think I'm lucky sick. So that it's like this from back then, during Karsus's Folly era, is when magic was its strongest. The magic we have now is very controlled and restricted. And this is saying that looking into the stars in the sky, there's a way we can reach this again. This level of magic.
Do you think it was that level of magic that led to your great ancestor here creating that living spell?
You notice there's another set of notes on the, or one particular note on the table there. How would you like to
read it?
All right.
Well, yes, I would.
I'm going to put it in the VC chat, but Catellus, it is your choice if you would like to share this information.
Okay.
Holy shit. Oh my god, Connor.
Oh shit.
Above becomes below, below becomes above.
Yeah. You do notice the wording here, Catellus, with mention of the below. This is the second time you've actually seen it in these notes. A mention of some below that refers to the world you live in, refers to Toril.
And I do show this note to Brim. I imagine like he holds it out so they read at the same time.
Holy shit. Okay.
All this mention of the below, assuming that means here, Faerun, Toril, right, and that world beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you. I'm sure completing this is very important to you. But I think that we should also go after that spell, that living guy. And I think we need to go after the other me. I think that's on our docket. But here, if you want to work on this, if you want to complete this, I am at your disposal, Catellus.
I think that this is partly for what's happening. We were wondering, there's the spells that we have that can cast what we've seen, and there's the wish that Narrow has.
Right.
But this isn't just this area, it's reached Waterdeep, it's reached who knows how far. The only magic that makes sense to do that, and he gestures to the telescope, is this.
So this magic is what caused all of our problems.
I feel like that's more likely. With how powerful it is, there could be a strong enough sorcerer or wizard to cast that. But I think the strength that it has and what it does, it has to be this. This is the strongest way to cast this magic, and for it to have such a hold on everything.
Hey, Catellus, I'd like to ask you, do you still have that journal that you found back in the study?
Yes.
Just thought I'd ask, that's all.
Do you think there's a way of undoing it? I mean, magic that's strong.
And he looks back at the telescope, and he has like a long look at it before he looks back at Brim. By using the same magic.
I get the feeling you really want to look through that telescope.
I mean, a little bit.
Brim gestures towards it.
Can I do the telescope there?
Yeah, sure. You see the night sky, and you also notice that there is, underneath the telescope, there is a set of buttons. Actually, they don't really seem to have any clear use, but
there's use for them, but I wouldn't know what they are.
There's a use for them, but you don't outright see what it might be. But it does look like they're connected to the telescope itself. But as you look through, you do see the night sky. It seems to be pointed at a blank spot, actually, in the sky.
Oh shit!
Actually, Catellus, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh shit!
Okay.
As you look at this blank spot through the telescope.
That is a 18.
Catellus, as you look through this telescope, as you look up at this one spot in the sky, all of this so far, everything you've seen, it's kind of coming to the forefront of your mind as you feel like something is missing there, that something's been lost as you look at this blank spot.
Like there should be stars here, but there's not.
There should be something there. You know there should be something there, but there just isn't.
Didn't great grandpa Windthorn say that like this guy was essentially a constellation in the sky before he became a living spell? Do you think that's maybe where
Oh
he came from?
yeah. That, yeah. 'Cause that's why he was named what he was.
Yeah. So maybe that's the same spot.
He was
You said
named
there-
after a constellation called Alaros. Alaros, yeah.
So that's probably where he came from. You said there's buttons, right?
Yeah, there's buttons, yeah.
How many?
There are 5 buttons, I'd say. One seems bigger than the other. One seems like pretty obviously something that's going to like shut down, like shut up the observatory, pretty much, like close the dome, basically. The other 2 seem like they have some other purpose, and then there's one button that seems very different from the others. Like, notably different. The other ones have a specific scheming to them. The one, maybe like on the bottom right of this panel with the buttons on them, it looks way different.
I'm gonna push that button.
You hear and see, actually, there are pieces on the telescope that start to glow along the sides. These runic symbols that like glow along the sides, and you see this particular spot here, this like offset of the thing lights up. Something word to life, and you hear something coming from below, actually, on the lower level.
I'm gonna look through the telescope again.
It still looks like a blank spot, but you see what looks to almost be these not white stars. They look like these lines, like there's something there, but it's not quite fully visible.
Are there clear buttons to move it around?
Yeah, there's buttons other than that. You can move around the telescope, pretty much.
I'll take note of the spot that this is at, and I'm gonna actually have the... Wait, what?
Brim, I will actually note, since you're looking off on the edge, I'm assuming like right
Brim,
here.
Actually, I would say, is probably like behind the chair, kind of like with her arms rested over it, just kind of watching Catellus and what he's doing.
I think, Catellus, you're looking through the telescope right now, so I don't think you notice this, but Brim, you notice that the glow coming from the lower level, from like that glowing orb on the lower level, it got way fucking brighter after Catellus pushed that button.
Brim is gonna look at Catellus and say, stay here, there's something happening down below, but don't stop whatever you're doing.
Okay.
And then I'll go down.
As you go down, you notice the orb in the middle here, this.
Yeah.
It's glowing really fucking brightly, and you see that there's like... Actually, roll a perception check for me, please.
Yeah, I got you.
But it looks like this one, like it's sparking with energy right now.
Perception.
It looks like it's coming from below the orb, and then like going through the ceiling up to the telescope.
It's an 18.
You see that there are a few lights blinking over at this panel here.
I'll walk over and take a look at it.
It looks like there's a meter here that is like at the top, and then you see a dial here and a button here. The button is blinking.
I'm gonna look to Slate and say, well, here goes fucking nothing. And then I'll turn the dial up and press the button.
You turn the dial and press the button, and Brim, in an instant, you see something. Suddenly, the orb behind you flashes, like, insanely bright, like, blindingly bright. The only reason you weren't blinded by it was because you were looking away.
Okay.
And then it goes back down to its normal, whatever it was doing before Catellus hit that button.
Okay, I will...
And you see something materialize on this little plate here.
Okay.
It looks like a star chart. But
holy shit.
Not just that, it looks like a star chart with a bunch of these seemingly incomplete writings covering it.
I'm gonna kind of like shout as loud as I can. Just like, Catellus, you better get down here.
Oh,
And also,
what happened?
Catellus, you did notice that the telescope kind of went back to normal as you stopped looking.
Okay.
You come down and you see... Yeah, you see that.
I explain what happened, and then I gesture towards the chart.
Catellus, looking at the chart, you see, once again, it's a star chart. And you notice, I think you both noticed this actually, but there is still, even with all of these like incomplete writings, it looks like you know how you can like write a letter and then just not finish it? Like there's one or two pieces of you can just not do of it. That's what it looks like. And you see that there is this blank spot on this page, on this star chart, actually. It is the same blank spot that Catellus was looking.
And then Brim will point at that, and then also, like, in character point out, that's where Alaros was, right?
Yeah. What does the word say before that empty spot?
You can't tell. It, like,
Oh.
the glyphs are definitely not fully written. But possibly, like, knowing what you read from, like, those notes up there, it did say that the quote-unquote glyph reader modification only incompletely reads it. And that these glyphs have to be, like, completed to actually read them.
Like, completed, like, us?
Like, let's say you were to have, like the letter E, right? And it's, like, missing 2 lines of it, so you can't tell if it's, like, an E or an F or an R or, like, an L or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks like a bunch of letters that were stopped just short of being readable.
So, okay. I'm like, oh, this puzzle might be a bit high above me. Is it a matter of... Because it sounds like the telescope basically almost took a picture of the sky, kind of pointing
Yes.
these points out.
Yes.
If we trace what we got and then take another picture, would it show up differently the second time?
You would have to check.
How big is it?
It's about the size of one of the star charts you grabbed from earlier, the one that actually had like the Alaros thing marked out.
Okay. Wait, the Alaros was marked out from the star chart that I have?
You went over here earlier, I think, and you went over here, didn't you? Like one of you went over here, grabbed a star chart, and there was like a blank spot that was circled, and it said Alaros next to that circle.
Was there already stuff that was on that one?
No. As a matter of fact, all of these star charts here, don't have that like writing on them. It's just this one.
Do they have the glyphs on it?
No, it's just the one that came from here.
I'm gonna put this over it. I think. And
over
try
what?
to...
over the this thing?
Yeah.
To
like trace out what it is saying, and then take another picture to see if it does show another piece of piecing it more together.
Okay. I'm not really sure what you're trying to do.
So, okay, what it sounds like is it took a picture of the sky, but it's almost like, it sounds like when you try to take a picture of like a CRT TV, you're not going to catch the whole image.
Yeah. Like what it's doing is it's got a whole bunch of glyphs, but it looks like parts of those glyphs were like actively, intentionally expunged to prevent them from being read fully.
Okay. So even taking another picture of them isn't going to make them legible the second time?
Probably, no.
Okay.
It looks like whatever was done here, it was intentional that these weren't, like, completely written on this star chart. Because I think you recall, it did say if you read them, like, at all, mentally or otherwise, they activate.
Wait, what?
When you were reading the book, when you were reading the theory thing,
yeah,
it basically said that if you read if you read these glyphs, right, that they will activate. If you read them mentally, if you read them out loud, if you read them at all, they will activate.
Wait, holy shit.
what?
I have a wild fucking theory. What if, in the future, one of us reads this glyph? Right? Wait, no, maybe this is something that, like, Brim needs to say in character.
What if the reason that the other me is here, this anomalous version of me from the future is here, is to prevent somebody from reading it? And maybe whatever I was doing here caused the memory issues, so that whatever this is cannot be read. So it could be prevented from being read. Does that make sense?
I guess so, but
Because this
guess you're not
magic
doing
is so potent. What if whatever it is bad? What if it's world-ending bad, Catellus?
But what if we could fix everything?
But we just don't know, right?
Do you have another answer?
I'm remembering now just hearing myself, telling myself to forget. And I don't know if that was me, if that was actually me from the future. I mean, I wouldn't just come here for no reason, Catellus. Maybe I was trying to prevent something from happening.
So, okay. Is there a way I can sit down and study what this could possibly say?
You probably could, but once again, it's like, it was intended to be, like, not something you can read until the glyphs are completed. But
Do I
it
need it?
does...
I feel like I'm kind of lost on this puzzle right now.
Okay, basically, what you're seeing here, at this moment, is a star chart. And this star chart has all of these, like, little glyphs written on it, but they have been expunged out to prevent them from being read, right?
Uh-huh.
Because
And
if you read them, they're cast.
because if you read them, they are cast.
Even
there
if
is
you
no,
read them in
like,
your mind.
no ifs, ands, or
I
buts.
know
If you
that
read
part.
them, like, if you comprehend them or read them, they will activate.
So now I'm just trying to. Is this something I'm not supposed to solve right now, or is it something I'm supposed to
It's
kind
I
of
will say
drop
it's
and
not a
walk
puzzle.
away?
It is not a puzzle.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think this is a puzzle. This is just something that, like...
It's definitely a big part of what you're doing here, but it is not, like, it's not a puzzle.
Okay, so what do we do now then?
That's what Brim is wondering. She looks at you, she says,
I'm
So,
like,
what's the plan? I want to help you with this, with your family, whatever's going on here. But we need to find out why I came here, and we need to find that living spell. I'm sure that they know more. And I think the only other way out of here than leaving with no leads through that pipe or through the front door is to go through the temporal thing. Because that's the escape route, right? That your great-grandfather or whatever said, was like, if something goes wrong, go through there. But also, I think that's where I went, where the other me went to escape.
I mean, we could go try it.
I'm just not really sure where that would put us, or if it would even help at all. But we need some kind of direction here. And Cornelia, I don't know where she is. I thought she was behind us, but...
I thought so too. We haven't seen her this whole time.
The last time you guys saw her, she was in, like, this room right here.
Right.
But you haven't seen her since, like, not on the way back.
I'm kind of just assuming she left. I think that's what Catellus would assume, is that she kind of
I will
left.
say, did you guys pass through this room at all?
Probably.
Okay, no.
Because you have to, like, go through here.
I was gonna say. I probably should have mentioned that sooner, but if you guys want to go back and check that room,
Yeah, we can. Just
can.
because she was brought up, just be like,
yeah.
checking it out.
As you go back to this room, you guys notice there is something etched into the floor now. Where you last remember Cornelia being, right around here. You see, actually, I need you both to roll religion to see what you think
religion.
this is.
I fucking love a religion. I have a +4 to religion. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because you're a paladin.
Fucking paladin. 18. Brim, this is a symbol of Mistra.
So that's the symbol of Mistra, Catellus.
Well, I feel like I would have known that.
Yeah.
Brim's pointing it out. She's being a know-it-all.
Definitely. I think you both realize this is a symbol of Mistra. Just etched into the floor here. It looks recent, actually, as if, like, some kind of magical energy was used to etch this into the ground.
This day just keeps getting weird.
Do either of you further inspect it?
I guess I'll, like, wipe my finger across it.
Brim, as you touch the symbol, you feel like there's this meaning conveyed to you. You feel like whoever Cornelia was, she was being watched over by someone powerful, possibly the god of magic. And she has been called elsewhere to prevent the stars from falling.
Brim's eyes go wide.
I think she got snatched up by Mistra. I think she had some kind of higher purpose.
Oh. Catellus just kind of looks confused, I think. How... I think Catellus also touches it, because he's like, how the fuck did you get that just from touching it?
Catellus, you touch the symbol and you get the same meaning conveyed directly into your brain.
Ah, my brain!
Now wait, hold on a second. Prevent the stars from falling, right? Alaros fell. He was the stars. Do you think that maybe something here is related to more of them coming here? Not just him? Maybe ones who don't have the best intent in their heart.
Maybe. Above becomes below.
Some kind of invasion of star people. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. Where are we going? We're going back down here?
My only thought is either we go back to the town and figure it out from there, or we go through whatever that timey-wimey hole is.
I mean, you said you saw your other self there, right?
That's, I think so. I think that's the plan. But I don't know if that will spit us out in some weird place, so if we're gonna go in there, I want to make sure we're both ready for it.
I don't know how much more ready we can be, really.
Okay.
So, you guys head back down to the place, then?
You fucked up hole?
Yes.
As you go here, Catellus, you remember you were here a bit ago.
Yeah.
With the necklace thing.
Which I think I still have on.
Yeah. You do notice, once again, it starts pulsing really fast the closer you get to this thing. Brim, since you're here, you notice this too.
What's with the, that?
It reacts to this. I don't know why. I did go in here before, but it seemed to have just given me a memory before it shut me back out.
Okay.
But I ended up back here.
I mean, we could give it a try, right?
Yep.
I see no other routes.
Well, let's go.
As you jump,
Brim, wait!
Did you jump?
Fuck.
Okay, what's
Oh,
Brim
what,
gonna do? What's Brim
Austin?
gonna do?
No, Brim is gonna, like, grab Catellus before he goes. She says, look, if this spits us out someplace, then I don't see you again. I'm very happy to consider you a friend. I don't have many of those.
I'm happy to consider you a friend too, Brim.
And then I go in.
You both jump into the portal. And once again, Brim, this is unique to you, but Catellus, you were here a bit ago.
Me who've been here an hour ago.
So, as you fall, Brim, what you notice is as you pass through like this strange stuff that you just jumped into, you don't really feel like you fell into a liquid. You just feel like you fell through a portal.
Okay.
And now you're just falling, moving in some direction in the darkness. Catellus is right next to you. I'd say you guys are still able to see each other. As a matter of fact, the only real light, other than the portal from above you, is the necklace, and it is like glowing brighter and brighter. And once again, Catellus, you being the one who's holding onto it, you feel it beckoning you to speak a name.
Do I need to speak another one?
It's just asking you to speak a name, basically.
I remember when I tried to say my ancestor's name, nothing happened.
Not much happened, yeah, no.
I feel like I already said Alvaros?
Alaros.
Alaros. And then I already saw what that did.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from trying again.
You're right, Alaros.
And once more, you feel it kind of just go quiet around you, both of you, as the flame. You feel, Brim, I'd say you notice this. Catellus, you've done this already once, so you're more expecting of it, but you get this gnawing sense of dread filling your mind. The flame in the artifact pulses faster and faster and faster, until once again you both hear this voice in your head. Brim, you hear it now. Give me a second. You hear a voice saying, "One day, a piece of the sky shall descend upon mankind to cast its judgment. The stars shall fall, the ground shall shatter. Above becomes below, below becomes above." And then both of you are treated to this vision. A vision of the stars falling from the sky, of the air around you filled with this eerily familiar pressure, Brim.
Oh shit.
Above, a light incomprehensible, a being incomprehensible. And then someone falling. You're too far away to see who, but someone falling down to the cracked earth, opening up beneath them. And then you see a glint of something in their hand as they drive it into their own heart. And a flash of blood-red light subsumes the azure tones that fill the air. It's blinding. The pressure is insane. It's eerily familiar, though. To you, at least, Brim, Catellus, you've seen this before. You know you have. It feels just as familiar, but to you, Brim, why do you feel like you've been here? And then suddenly, the both of you are popped right back out of the portal.
Holy shit. As we arrive, Brim is gonna look at Slate and take it from her hip. And I think there's kind of a familiar feeling, again, like she's been here before. And she's gonna try to put it in her chest.
You feel... Well, it's not quite clear, actually, what you feel, Brim. It feels like as the point of the trinket reaches your chest, it feels like it's not time yet. Like, you haven't gotten there yet. Like, you aren't ready. It feels like something's stopping you.
I'll pull it back, and then I'm gonna look to Catellus. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. What are we supposed to do now?
I just kind of like staring at Slate, very worried.
Slate, what you can feel from Slate, it feels like shock, confusion, and finally intrigue, interest in what that was. It doesn't know, but it has to.
I think one thing's clear to me, Catellus. We've got to figure out what's going on with the stars.
What do we do now? I feel kind
Up
of
to
lost.
you. You could. It seems like you guys have kind of seen this whole place now. You've seen a lot of what there is to offer here, and can't really think of much else. Really?
I'm trying to think of what leads we have to go off of.
Yeah, that's why I'm also kind of like.
Remember, Catellus, that you did not show the journal to anyone at all.
Oh, right. I'll show the journal to Brim.
And Brim will take it and kind of look at it.
Yeah. Brim, hang on, let me go ahead and grab the actual journal, like, stuff from... Yeah, okay.
Got you.
Yeah, but Catellus hands you this journal. A lot of the pages are, like, watered out or, like, worn away. This book is ancient. Like, this book is fucking ancient. But, it must have been something that Catellus probably found somewhere in here, in this place. I think you remember Catellus picking up a book from the study.
There's been a lot of books and notes in here.
Oh,
The Catellus has been looting.
But this is what you read.
Where is it?
7
shit, there's
pages
so much.
throughout
Okay.
the entire thing are visible to you.
Okay.
As you read this, Catellus, is there anything you'd like to do?
I don't think so.
Oh, God. Fucking crazy
I-
for that.
I feel a little lost, so whatever Brim decides to do next, I think Cattl's will go with it. Because I want to solve the star charts and glyphs, but I don't think I can do that right now.
Oh,
So.
shit. Oh.
Okay, so as far as leads go from this journal, it seems that your ancestor had help from someone in Avernus, which we could try to look into that if you want. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to go trekking through the hells, but I'm sure we could find a lead there somehow. The second that sticks out to me a little bit is the mention of crystal sphere theory. Whatever those glyphs were written on, if this is where from Alaros is from, If that's where this, whatever, these stars, this threat, the thing that fell, is from, maybe we should look into going there. Maybe we need to go back to the town, back to the library, see if there's anything about that theory, or even how to contact beings from Avernus, maybe ask around. Perhaps you could look into the theory and I could look into Avernus, considering my infernal nature.
Yeah, we could try that.
If you think that's the right move.
I think that's what we have right now. If we don't think we can find yourself, your other self.
I mean, I don't think this pool is going to get us anywhere. I mean, you spoke a name into it, right? You spoke Alarus's name. I mean, I could try speaking my own name, but I'm not sure what that would give us, if anything.
I mean, we could try.
Sure. Let's try that, and then let's head back to town, and we can explore our own avenues, and then come back to each other with what we found. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You guys jump in again. Brim, do you go with?
Yes, of course I'm going with.
Catellus?
Yeah, I'm jumping in too. This was my idea.
And once again, you find yourself in the dark. The necklace is asking it's like you feel like the necklace is asking you to speak a name.
Catellus or me?
Whoever's holding it.
I assume that's Catellus.
Yeah. Brimstone.
You see that the flame calms itself, and it seems to be moving a lot, actually. It's moving around a lot, and you notice that it's like suddenly it splits in hang on.
Oh shit. I love the
Sorry, hang on. I keep running in my room. Sorry. The flame splits in two. In the necklace, and it seems like one leads deeper down into the dark, and the other is pointing at you, Brim.
So we should go after that other light.
And then you notice that as it splits, it kind of like starts to destabilize, and then basically just moves super fast back to the center of the thing. Right as you say that, you guys kind of both get thrown back out.
shit.
Do we
If
need
you-
to find a way to stay in there?
I don't think we're going to be able to find me with this. I think that's an avenue for a later date. But if you don't mind, there's something I at least want to try while we're here. I might as well explore it. Could I borrow it just for a second?
Yeah. And he hands it over to Brim.
Brim's going to take it and then jump in.
Okay, you are now in here on your own. What would you like to say? What name?
Slate.
The flame, once more, it seems to be trying to find something, find a direction. And once again, the flame splits in two. One pointing deeper into the darkness, and another pointing right at you, Brim.
And then Brim kind of looks down. Are there two of you? Or is this just what I have, an extension of you?
Now, Brim, you feel that this meaning, it seems like Slate is almost thinking, considering the possibilities, and one in particular comes to the forefront of its mind. If there is another you, wouldn't it make sense for there to be another Slate with you?
Fuck. Do you think you could go toe-to-toe to yourself if it came to that?
It does not know.
And then I'll just go until it shoots me back out.
You notice that, I think something you've noticed now that you're on your own and you're kind of just like focusing and waiting.
Okay.
You notice that it's like trying to do something, like it's trying to sort of like create this bubble around you.
Mm-hmm.
But like it can't complete the sphere. and as soon as it like it seems like it's almost realizing it can't, and then throws you back out.
Got you.
Every time.
And then I'll just hand the necklace back to Catellus.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Just a heads up so you know what's going on. It seems like the other me has another slate as well. So that could prove difficult for us, I'd imagine.
Possibly. So we're going back to town?
That works with me if that works with you.
That's
All right. So I'm assuming you guys kind of just head back to town now, then?
Yeah.
But this place, I'm claiming it. It's from my great 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 grandpa.
yeah,
I
sure,
have a house
yeah.
now.
Connor, can we use the whatever the fuck it's called, the new rules for base building in 2024 D&D? Can
There's
Catellus
base
use those?
build?
Yeah, it's
There's-
Bastion rules. Players get housing
Bastion.
essentially every like so many
You know
levels.
what? I
that they
will say,
upgrade.
if you guys would like to use this place as a base of operations, I will allow it.
Oh fuck yeah, we should do that.
I'm doing that.
Of course,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna have to
little
clear out
robots.
the very clear spider infestation at some point.
That's what
But
I was
I can take care of
wanting
it.
to clear now. I was like wanting to clear that now because then they're gonna grow babies.
It's okay, it's just XP farming Catellus. We'll be alright.
you gotta keep in mind though, you gotta remember that Nero is still back in town, possibly waiting for
Poor
you.
baby.
No, yeah, we're gonna go back now because all the information we need is kind of back at home.
Oh, and he's with my fucking flower foxes, isn't he? That's where they are.
Yeah, you had the
Yeah.
flower foxes carry him back to town. So I'd say, are you guys leaving then now here?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, can I talk to Catellus on the way?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. We'll say you can, if you guys want to do any like role play along the way out, you can.
I know we had this discussion before, but if it comes to it, if we have to go to the stars and beyond to fix this, I don't want to bring Nero with me. I hate to say that, but he's a kid. You know, I mean, fighting bandits and spiders here is one thing, but going wherever, I mean, he deserves to have a normal life. I know he's tied into this with the wish and everything, but I want him to have the life that I didn't get to have.
But it's his choice at the end of it.
I know, but it's also my choice to stop him from getting himself killed. I'm not gonna let him throw himself into some fight that, hell, I don't even know if you or I could deal with. It just doesn't sit right with me to let a kid put himself in harm's way.
Me neither. But I don't know what we would do. He seems to listen to you.
I guess it's just, I don't know, he's a potent spellcaster. I'm sure there's schools for people like that.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
you
a-
should go to school, go do that, have friends, have a life. Not get stuck in this adventuring business.
Yeah.
He deserves that, I think, after everything he's been through.
Mhm.
And is there anything else we'd like to do before we head back to town?
I don't think so. Not unless Catellus wants to do something.
No, off the top of my head.
All right. You guys leave the observatory behind, and you notice it's pretty much still nighttime. You guys are going to be going for a while. As you walk, as you take the horses, eventually you do make it back to town. Hang on. As you eventually make it back to town. Looks like the rebuilding efforts, the time you've been away, seem to have been going well thus far. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. YouTube is being dumb. This bot's being dumb. Hang on a sec. I have to... Technical difficulties, sorry. Let's eventually make it back to town. Oh my god! This bot is awful.
No, dude, I understand. This shit sucks. Every time. There was one that I had recently that, like, it only let you queue up songs 5 times before you had to, like, pay it a subscription fee.
There we go. Holy shit. Okay. Got it. This'll do. It's pretty quiet right now. It's like nighttime in the village. It's nighttime here. You see that a lot of the lights are out. It seems like people have kind of just checked out for the day. You have noticed that a lot of like the festivities are already cleaned up. Like you haven't been gone for long. You've been gone for maybe like 8-9 hours at most.
You know, I feel like a lot of the information we're going to be looking for, Sarah's could have just told us, but he's long gone now.
Yeah. But what's new?
Right. All right. Let's go look into our things, and then we'll meet back up and then go find Nero.
Or I would like to find Nero first.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah. I just figured he's probably sleeping, but
from what I remember, you told the foxes to go to Silvara, right?
Yes. Yeah, we'll go to Silvara.
Yeah, so you can assume that probably the Gloomwood Apothecary would be the first place you go.
Oh yeah.
As you go there, you notice the lights are on inside, and there are 3 flower foxes, waiting at the door, keeping watch.
Has the door been repaired since I kicked it down last time?
Yes, the door has been repaired.
That's awesome.
Quickly you see Silvara opens the door. You also notice that Davio is here right now.
Huh.
Off in another room, and she looks up at the two of you, surprised. And she seems to be thinking of what to say.
Where's Nero?
Before she can say anything, you say that, and she just nods and gestures you to follow her.
I follow too.
You see off in another room, there is a spot where Nero has been set down, pretty much. Like this sort of like bed area for him. He's laying on it, still unconscious, and you see that Davio is like trying to do something, like trying to get a read on what's going on here. And he sees you. Oh, I didn't expect. What happened to you two?
Catellus, do you want to explain, or should I?
You should.
Fuck, okay. Well, we went to the place in the Star Mounts. The place
the observatory, right? I notice we can remember now, after what you did.
Yeah. It looks like the place belongs to a great ancestor of Catellus, of some importance. And it seems like this guy found out that there are ancient spells written in the stars. And even reading them causes them to happen. And it's a whole thing. But when we were down there, we found another me who seemed like she was trying to do something, some kind of like last-ditch effort to do something. And in the mix-up, Nero got unconscious, trying to help, trying to be a hero.
I can't say I was entirely unworried when you brought him up with you, but
It also seems that a being from the stars has fallen here to Toril.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you two were dead.
I mean, we could have died. We fought a giant spider and this weird sort of guardian thing. Brim is like eyeing Catellus to make sure she's getting it all right.
We fought a lot of things.
Yeah.
But we're fine, honestly, overall.
And it seems like Cornelia was summoned by Mistra. It's a lot. It's been a long day.
A long... he's like looking at you as you say that. A long day. You two have been gone for a week.
Huh? What?
What?
Yeah, He's like confused. You two have been gone for a week.
Oh, it's been maybe, what, a couple hours? We went in there, looked around, and came out.
You all left, and then you kind of just never came back, and then now, like maybe a couple hours ago, Arrow showed up at our doorstep.
You don't think that
been gone for like a week?
That anomaly
I thought you were dead,
right?
You do remember, Catellus. You were in the temporal prime for some time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So even just a couple minutes there could have been a whole week here.
Damn. Fuck. Okay. Well, is Nero okay? Has he woken up yet?
Well, from what I can tell, he's stable, at least. But
okay.
There's some powerful stuff at work here. His fever hasn't gone down, but if I had to guess, there's some kind of wish involved. What happened up there?
I don't know.
Catellus, there was a bit of information you don't remember telling anyone, actually. When you checked up on Nero, about, perchance, I think what it was is you remember that it felt like a wish broke for a moment.
Oh, right. Whenever I was checking him back there, it did seem like for a second the wish broke.
I mean, that certainly...
It seems it's still here, but just for a moment it seemed to disperse.
You don't think that's what's made him sick, right? I mean, what would that do to a person? I mean, whatever the wish was that was cast on him...
The wish inflicts someone, if I remember correctly. If it breaks, usually it has to sort of filter out whatever's causing it to break, so chances are he's going to be out for a few days, but he'll be okay.
Okay.
It's just... never seen it this bad before.
I mean, Catellus, with what's going on, are we able to stick around for a few days? I mean, this is pretty urgent. I
mean, we've already been gone for a week.
Yeah, just...
And I want to make sure he's okay.
I do too. I wish there was something I could do.
I think all we can do is wait. He'll be fine, he just needs his rest. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you're okay.
I don't want him to wake up alone.
I don't either.
And that gives us more time to fully look into everything.
I can't help but feel like this is my fault, Catellus.
Were you the one that caused this whole spell?
No, I just mean, I was the one who gave him an amulet of Helm. I told him he was stronger than both of us. I made him feel like he was a hero, and then he made the same mistake that I made all those years ago, of feeling like the right thing to do was to rush in and help somebody. And now look at him. This is all my fucking fault, Catellus. I hurt Nero. He's the one under my protection, and I failed to protect him. I failed to protect somebody again.
Do you think that's how your dad felt?
Probably.
Now my question here. What are you going to do? Are you going to do the same thing your dad did and banish you? Or are you going to do something different, Brim?
I think Brim clenches her jaw a bit and is like maybe looking at a window. I just have to be stronger for him. I can't let him rush in like that again.
You need... What seems to bother you so much from that event is feeling like you made a mistake. Don't make Nero feel like that.
No, I'm not trying to say that.
Don't continue the cycle you're going through, is all I say.
He just wanted to help. That's all he wanted.
And there's some point he did. But help doesn't have to come at self-sacrifice. He'll want to be a hero, but with that is, in order to be a hero, you have to also think for yourself and not just others. If you're not there, who can you really protect them?
I guess. I'm gonna go look into the infernal thing. If you want to stay over here and watch his bedside, that might be for the best.
I'll at least get the books I need and come back here.
I have a feeling that I might be trying to summon a demon, so maybe not coming back here would be the best option.
Okay.
Brim will kind of give Catellus a final nod and then leave.
Catellus
you leave,
nods back to
and Catellus, you are here, with Davio and Solara now, and Nero at sort of just unconscious. He's still breathing. He seems peaceful compared to earlier when it seemed like he was definitely not doing great. It seems like he's definitely stabilized now compared to how he was before. If you want some time on your own, I'll see myself out. Just let me know when you're ready to leave.
I'll probably leave in a second, but I'll come back. I need to check out some books from the archive.
Right.
I'll be back.
Okay.
So,
okay.
As I'm leaving, this is an apothecary. Are there any potted plants hanging or around the
There's
outside?
a few, yeah. I think there's definitely a few, but it does seem like there's some. It seems like it's like I said, it's been like a week. It seems like rebuilding has been the primary issue, though it seems like the courtyard in the back still has those
On the way out,
plants.
Can Brim kick a potted plant over?
Okay.
Brim,
you on your way out, you kind of just push a potted plant over, and you hear this crashing sound as the pot breaks.
And then I'm just gonna.
And you're out before anyone really sees you did that.
Oh, yeah.
Silvara kind of just goes over and sees it. I think Catellus, you hear the crashing sound, and you hear Silvara running off somewhere.
And then Brim is gonna talk to Slate. Obviously, just talking to herself out loud here, but say, "We can be better for both of them."
Slate seems like it's kind of hard to tell sometimes what Slate is thinking or trying to convey to you. Though it seems, for whatever reasons it may be, it is intent on helping you.
Oh yeah. And then I'll head to the library. Yay!
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 Okay, alright. You head to the library.
Fuck.
And of course, the place is kind of shut down right now. not closed, but it does seem like there's no one there at the moment.
I'm gonna try to jimmy the door open.
Gonna try to jimmy. What is that?
Like grabbing the
Like-
doorknob and then just trying to like not kicking down the door necessarily, but trying to like budge it open.
Okay. You do. The door opens without issue. There is no one inside. It seems. The door to the lower level is closed. It seems like this place is a lot in a lot better shape than it was a
Hell
week
yeah.
ago, supposedly, or I guess like for you a few hours ago.
Bro, that archivist is trying to get the place all niced up for when Catellus comes back. Trying to impress you or some shit.
Me and my harem.
And then I'm gonna be looking around for how to contact infernal forces. Because I gotta have a conversation with somebody from a fucking Avernus, apparently.
Roll an investigation check.
Hell yeah. This is some real warlock shit, by the way. I'm excited about this. Okay. Perception. Or investigation. Investigation. +4. That's 22.
You do find a book about. Okay, so actually, are you checking the lower levels or the upper levels?
I'll start in the upper levels, and then I'll move to the lower levels if I don't
find a book on, pretty much just like infernals in general, like what kind you'd be looking for, like what devils, demons, the differences between the two types of fiends and all that kind of stuff.
I'll take that with me.
Yeah, but it doesn't mention anything about how to summon them.
Okay. I'm either trying to summon or just contact them, because somebody's been around the neighborhood recently, and I gotta find them. So I will now go to the lower levels and look there.
Okay.
But I'm looting that book for later, just in case.
Yeah, definitely. You get the book. You check the lower levels. Roll another investigation for me.
Yeah, hell yeah. That +4 is gonna come in clutch. 17.
You find a couple different documents on known ways to really contact demons from like different parts of the hells. In particular, you do find one on how to contact demons from Avernus. However, that requires you to know their name.
Oh shit.
After all, you can't really contact someone without
If you
knowing
don't know
them.
what their name is.
Yeah.
Fuck. Brim just kind of realizes this and is like, oh shit.
You wouldn't happen to know any infernal guys, would you, Slade? Is there any chance?
Brim, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Fuck. Okay.
Actually, no, just a wisdom check.
Wisdom
actually.
check. Okay, I was like,
Wisdom saving throw. Oh fuck. That is a 10.
You try to, like, for a moment, you feel as if Slate is like trying to rack the memories that it has, of which there are notably millions.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Not quite able to tell. It feels like fragmented moments, different voices, different faces, but one name, a couple names actually stand out. Seems like there's a few, but really none that really make much sense to call for. They seem too distant, too like incomplete for you to really realize what they're trying to say to you.
Well, that's a dead end, huh? We tried. That's all we can do.
And then Brim will put. Actually, I'll keep that book on me. I'll keep that. I'll pocket that. That can be useful later.
Okay. You hold on to the book. Do you hold on to the way to contact demons in like Avernus?
Yes, yeah, I actually bookmarked that.
Okay, cool. So you have that method now,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh yeah.
But that's about all you find. We're gonna go over to Catellus.
Yay!
Hi, Catellus. What are you doing?
I was also going to go to the archive because I was going to look up books for Crystal Spear theory.
I'd say you arrive a little after Brim finds the stuff about that. So I'd say you get there, you don't really see anyone there. You see the lower levels door is open again. It looks like the place has definitely been tidied up since you were last here.
Okay, good. I think Catellus will look around on the higher level for it first, just in case, before he goes down below.
All right, what are you looking for?
Anything talking about the crystal sphere theory, or even anything anything about, or there probably wouldn't be, because I literally have the hypothesis of it. So just stuff about crystal sphere theory.
Mm-hmm. Roll for investigation.
Can do. That is a 19.
Okay. You find a book talking about like summarized versions of different theories about what's going on out in this out in the sky, pretty much. Supposedly, there is not much known, since like two of the primary theories are just like a whole bunch of different stuff about how the stars are like far away suns, basically. That's one big theory. But there's also another that is mentioned in there, crystal sphere theory, where these stars are actually supposedly objects lining the surface of a crystal sphere that contains pretty much all of existence. But it's kind of just a summarized version of the book you read back in the observatory, really.
Okay. Are there any other books on the top floor detailing anything?
There's one talking about constellations.
I'll go ahead and snag that one for later.
All right.
On my way out, do I run into Catellus?
Yeah, definitely. You see Brim coming up from the lower levels. Catellus.
The demons thing was a bust.
How so?
I mean, if I were to find this guy, I'd have to know his name, and we don't.
Well, whenever we go back, I'm sure there might be something around there that has his name.
Maybe, hopefully, yeah.
And I'd say Catellus goes to the lower level.
Okay. What are you looking for on the lower level? The same thing?
Yes.
Roll again for investigation.
I want to say I am following Catellus at this point.
Okay.
That is 17.
You find here in the lower levels of the archives, you do find a set of documents, actually. You do find once again that note that said that someone was going to the Azure Star Observatory to complete their magnum opus. You find that again, and now you know where that's from, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But in particular, there's a few things on crystal sphere theory here. There are actually a few more notes on potentially magic that exists from before the fall of Netheril, that may be just like there since the beginning of time. But that's about it, really. It's mostly that's like notes that are you can assume from the same person who wrote that theory. But beyond that, you don't really find much other than what you already know. Crystal sphere theory is that basically there is a massive, indestructible crystal sphere surrounding pretty much all of existence, and that the stars are from that, basically. Like they're on the surface of that crystal sphere.
Okay. But there's nothing detailing of like how to get there?
Okay, actually, hang on a second.
Gold.
Sorry. Notes. Um, there are honestly, there is a way to get like out of Toril. Particularly, I think you notice a thing called a spelljammer, pretty much.
Woo!
And supposedly, it can, though it is very rare to see one, and some people speculate they just are myth. But spelljammers are essentially these vessels that can traverse the sky. Beyond that, not much is really known about them. They show up from time to time, but they are not a common occurrence. No.
Well, that is one way to do everything. One way we could probably make it possibly to the crystal sphere, if that does exist, is it looks like a spell jammer to go through the sky.
I'd like to mention there's an illustration. It kind of just looks like some. It looks like a. It kind of just looks like a boat you would sail across the sea. Like it looks different, but like it looks like a boat you'd sail across the sea.
Brim's looking at it.
I mean, I doubt we can just go down the road and find one of these. But if this is our lead, then I shall follow it.
So, I guess do.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Because if there isn't, we can fast forward a bit here.
Yeah, we can, I think, do that.
Okay, you said you were going to go back to the apothecary, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm following as
Okay.
well. I'm headed back too.
You guys head back there. Once again, Nero is still unconscious. The flower foxes are still keeping watch at the door.
I pet one on the head.
It like looks at you happily.
Oh yeah.
As you enter, yeah, Nero is still unconscious. And it seems like he's going to be that way for a while.
Catellus, is there like any chairs nearby?
Yes, there are chairs nearby.
Catellus pulls one over to like where Nero is lying and just kind of sits beside him.
Since we're here, I'll look to Silvaria and Davio if they're here. Are they here?
They are here, yes.
What do you guys know about spell jammers?
Silvara tilts her head, but Davio seems to have this like flash of recognition. If I know, I've heard of them before. They're not exactly very common. There's maybe 2 or 3 out there that ever really commonly land here. There's only really 2 places they can land, but supposedly they can, if I remember correctly, they can go up into the sky and pretty much just go anywhere, really.
I think Catellus and I need one. At least, if I'm gleaming this right.
Well, I'm not sure how much help I'm going to be. That's a bit beyond my own knowledge,
Do you
unfortunately.
know who might know that kind of knowledge, that kind of thing? I mean, hell,
If I had to guess,
even...
there's
I should have asked Catellus.
maybe...
Do you think Atlas would have access to one of these?
I don't think so.
Catellus, you are stationed in Waterdeep, right? You're in Waterdeep usually, right?
Yeah.
There is actually something that's mentioned there. Supposedly, spelljammers can land in Waterdeep, or not in like they don't really land, but there's like a place for them to land. But usually they have like these laws that prohibit those kind of craft from really flying into port. They have to They have to land like miles out and then sail across the sea to get there. But they do exist. They do have like these ports, but rarely ever does a spelljammer even show up. To be entirely honest, it was something you have never seen before in your life, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that there is a port there for that express purpose.
I'll probably relay that. There is a place in Waterdeep where there is a port for spelljammers to come, but there's never been one that's been there my whole lifetime, from what I know.
Even if we go there, there's a very slim chance they'll ever show up. And even then, it could be a lifetime of waiting. I don't think we have that long.
Yeah.
I feel like we're really grasping at straws here, Catellus.
I don't really know what to do now.
I mean...
I'm sure there's people a lot more experienced than a retired adventurer like me. So maybe if you go to Waterdeep, you could find someone.
Slate seems to have showed me memories before at one point. And I got flashes of memories of using the weapon in different ways, in different forms. So I think it's safe to assume Slate has probably been with other people before me. So I'll look to Slate. Is there any chance that you know anybody with a spelljammer or where we can find one, Slate?
Roll a wisdom check for me.
Oh fuck. I'm about to go fucking flashback mode here for memories that aren't my own. You said wisdom.
Yes, wisdom.
It's a 14.
Brim, once again, you feel as though Slate is linking to you, linking to your mind, showing you memories, but this time they're a lot more clear. You see a memory of someone. Hang on a second. Sorry, I have this in my notes.
Let's go.
You see a memory of this. It's too dark to tell what he looks like, but this tall man that seems to be working on this vessel, basically. It looks similar to the illustration. In fact, this looks like it was from a long time ago, too, but it looks like maybe you're in Waterdeep, possibly.
Okay.
That there might be someone there who knows how to make a spelljammer. And the memories flood back. Like, not flood back, they just disappear from your mind.
Catellus.
Like, you keep them, but...
I think there is somebody in Waterdeep who can teach us how to make a spelljammer.
Make?
That's what I got. A Slate showed me memories of someone a long time ago, this guy, working on one.
Well, that is our only route right now. And even if he's not alive, there has to be someone that knows more about spelljammers than all of Waterdeep.
Right. And hey, I mean, making this myth, I mean, that'd look really good on your resume, I think, Catellus.
Thank you.
But also, I don't want to leave Nero here. If we do go.
I'd rather wait for him to wake up.
Let's do that then.
And I think we can use some rest.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else we'd like to do before we fast forward a few days?
I don't think so.
All right. Is there anything we'd like to do during those 3 days, just to make sure?
I'm trying to think.
Like, we're nearing the end of session.
Got you.
I don't think anything. I probably won't do any role playing because I'm slowly getting progressively more congested as session keeps going.
No.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. Well, I can try to end this quickly if we need.
Actually,
no, we're
I
good.
need to.
I was just letting you know.
I do want to have a moment where Brim sits down with Silvaria and Davia.
Okay.
And is kind of just talking to them, like relaying in depth what happened, because that was like a summation, but like more in depth. And I think at one point she is talking to the both of them, and she says, "Look, Catellus and I are going to Waterdeep, okay? And this other me, I'm afraid that she could be a danger to you guys and to other people. I'm trying to think of a way that I could let you know that this is me, that I am the real me in case you run into her. But if she's me from the future, she would have my memories, right? I mean, she would know anything I told you. So, if the two of you run into me again, just act with caution, because it might not be me."
They look at each other, and then look back at you. All right, we will. And if you need to leave Nero here, we can take care of him while you're away.
I mean, I don't want to leave him here. He's under my charge. But I can't leave him here like this. Like, I think we'll both just have to wait until he wakes up before we can go to Waterdeep.
Of course. I can say that you're good people. You too.
Thank you.
Goodness, what a week. And it's like, it seems like they kind of like go off to do their own things after a bit.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, no, I think we're gonna fast forward a few days here.
Okay.
It's been a bit. You guys have been kind of just waiting, checking on Nero, and eventually, as you're there, I'd say you've been checking on him probably every day since. And I want to ask who is with him right now. Who of you would be checking on him around the middle of the day?
Probably Catellus. I imagine Catellus is just spending a lot of time like reading next to him.
Brim.
Mhm.
What would you be doing on this particular day? Still checking on Nero?
I mean, halfway through the day, I don't think Brim's here when it happens. If he does wake up, I
Okay.
think she's off doing something
Well,
else.
in
Like
that
maybe.
case, Catellus, as you're reading, you notice it seems like Nero's been getting better and like more and more stable as the time goes on. Catellus, as you're reading, you notice that Nero stirs. Oh shit, that's not what I'm looking for. What the fuck is that? That's wrong. Why is it giving me that shit? Hang on. The fuck?
Combat
What is
opens up.
No. That is not the link for that. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's awesome.
Hang on. I gotta go to SoundCloud now. Fucking bot.
Fucking bot, we all say. In disgust.
That bot that I hate.
That bot that I fucking hate.
That fucking bot that I hate. That fucking bot that I hate. That
Yucky
fucking
bot.
bot that I hate. That fucking bot that I hate. Okay. This should work. If this doesn't work, I'm killing the bot and getting a new one.
Real?
You notice that Nero starts to stir. And for the first time in maybe 3 days or so, he opens his eyes.
I think Catellus like drops his book and immediately turns over to like check on him. Like he doesn't say anything yet, but he's like just kind of looking at him. Just like
he stretches out. He seems tired, sure, but it seems like he's like starting to wake up. And in a moment, he kind of like jolts up and like looks around, terrified for a second, and then he sees you, Catellus. And he doesn't really say anything. He just kind of reaches out to you.
how like is he reaching his hand
Like
out to
he's
me?
reaching
or, like...
out for a hug.
Aww.
Oh, Catellus gives him a hug. He like holds him like really tight. Just like, oh thank God.
You sit there for a bit, um, and I think as you're hugging, Nero asks, "What? What happened? It was so
I
bright, and then couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything for a moment. And what happened?"
I think what I had assumed whenever I checked you afterward, um, there's a wish on you, right? Whatever happened, it broke it for a second,
It broke.
just for a moment. I think it's still on you, but from that breaking it, I think caused you to pass out, and get sick. You've
Catellus,
been
I will note, as you sit here, you do feel some strange. It feels different from what you felt before. It feels like there's this intrinsic connection now. You can't quite tell what it is, but there's like this intrinsic connection induced by whatever happened there. Like it's kind of hard to describe, really.
Is it almost like I'm affected by the wish too now?
It's possible, maybe, now that you're thinking about it, and as you focus on it, you feel like there's some intrinsic connection between you and Narrow now.
Okay. Um, huh. I don't know what to. I don't think Catalyst would know what to do with that information yet.
It, I
Um,
think, I think for you, it feels like there's something, like whatever was protecting Narrow, feels like it could be affecting you now, but you don't know. You just don't know.
but it's like that same kind of magical
It's
feeling
that
around
same
it.
kind of feeling. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I think I would just tell Nero more of like what happened. Like that's my main focus right now, is making sure that he's okay, that he knows he's okay, and telling him what happened. Um, so I also
Um,
kind of describe what we kind of have found and saw to him.
is is Brim okay?
Yeah, she's okay. I don't know where she is right this second, but she's also been here.
Brim was out
I think
shopping for groceries. That's definitely what she went to go do.
she's out
Um,
shopping for groceries.
okay. I kind of just like sticks in the embrace for a while. Doesn't seem like he wants to let go.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Oh, little Nero. It's okay. I think Callus is also just holding on and rubbing his back.
It was it all went so bright. I couldn't see anything, and then it felt like I just woke up here.
Never. I think whatever happened, me, Brim, and Cornelia got transported to this other. I forget exactly what it's called. um,
It's called the temporal prime.
we got transported to Temporal Prime, and I think we were there for even a week. Is how it sounded whenever we got back. And then whenever we came back from the Temporal Prime, you're passed out.
I,
I think that's what that bright light was.
I heard a voice when I was when I don't really know what it was, but I heard a voice. I heard someone saying something to me. It, I don't remember what it was, but it sounded it sounded really familiar.
Did it sound like Brim?
No, it. I don't know.
Okay.
Catellus, you do remember, I think, back when, back when you did end up there, the way you got out, you focused on one of the two voices that was in there. What was it? Basically what you remember hearing, I think, was some lady's voice that sounded like it was saying steadfast of heart, mind, and soul. And then you got sent back out. But that's all you really call about any voice saying something.
Okay. I don't think he'll mention that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Like,
Yeah,
he also doesn't have an answer for it.
He doesn't really have an answer for it, but like.
Is it safe to say Brim comes home now?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yay.
Brim, eventually you do enter the room, and you see that Nero is awake, and he's kind of just sticking with Catellus.
I think Brim drops everything she's carrying and runs over.
Oh my God! When did he wake up?
Just a bit ago. He just woke up.
I want to hug him.
You hug him. Is it like a fucking group hug here?
Yes. Oh my God.
Like a fucking group hug going on here.
Right now, yeah.
Are you okay? How do you feel?
Feel kind of sleepy.
Yeah, no, I would imagine. And I'm looking at Catellus, like, really worried.
I don't think Catellus quite responds. I don't think he clicks why you're worried yet.
I'm worried about Nero. He's baby. That's baby.
I know.
Baby.
But I'm like, he says he's tired, but I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
No, it's okay. I'm so
I
glad
think
that you're all right.
He's looking at you, Brim, and I think he gives you a tired smile. I'm happy you're okay too.
Is there anything that I can get for you? Anything you want? A yo-yo? Do you want a yo-yo?
He's seeming to like fall asleep where he is.
Here, before you fall asleep, let's at least drink some water.
Yeah, no, yes. Get
Brim, get some trench coat bacon too.
Trench coat bacon. Looking. Yeah. You give him something to drink and something to eat. He seems happy with it, but he does still seem pretty tired.
Okay, that's fine. I'm like, I have, like, this kid's been asleep for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to drink some water.
No, get some food, get some water. Get the IV drip on him.
I think after a bit, he kind of just falls asleep, peacefully. No fever, no sickness. He seems fine now, just a little tired.
Catellus, I don't want to take him with us, but I also don't want to leave him here. I feel like this. I mean, it isn't my call. Like, if we're gonna go to Waterdeep, if we're gonna build a boat, I don't want him to get hurt, but I don't want to leave him.
At the least, I think we can take him to Waterdeep.
Like,
that is where there's.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
You wanna know something?
Yeah.
Remember that spell scroll Saris gave you?
Wait, what was it?
What spell scroll?
Okay, it was a few sessions back, right? There was a few sessions back where it's like I think Nero asked Saris how he like made the place he is in, like his little office place, and he didn't know how to explain it, so he like made a spell scroll, gave it to Nero, and I think you kind of had it. I'm pretty sure. And said just like look at this and it'll probably explain what you need to know.
I guess we'll look at that.
I just thought I'd mention it. Like, if you want to look at it, you can.
Sure. Yeah, I look at it with Catalyst.
But, this looks like some pretty high level stuff, but this spell, it can create a sort of like a space where people can be, pretty much.
Like a pocket dimension?
Think of it like the Magnificent Mansion spell, sort of.
Okay.
But it looks like there's variations to it, like it's a variant of the spell that doesn't like disappear after 24 hours.
So if we use this spell, he could rest in here, and he would be with us while we go to Waterdeep.
But how would we know he woke up?
I don't know.
Wait, what did you I think Davio is looking at the scroll. I think. Where did you get this?
Saris gave it to Nero.
He's like, he takes he like puts out a hand for it. You mind if I look at it?
Sure.
He takes a moment. Reads through the scroll. It seems like, and maybe we can find a way to make this a sort of, maybe a place for you to rest from anywhere you're at. That way you wouldn't have to worry, and if you needed some place to stay, you'd have that. He's like pointing at the scrolls. He says it.
Yeah, we could.
I'm surprised he gave you something like this. This is pretty potent magic.
I mean,
did he try to sell it to you? Did he?
No, it was for Nero. It was for him.
Huh.
Nero just seemed curious.
Well, maybe we can find a way to turn this into. And I think he's like thinking, definitely.
Connor, question.
Yes.
You said it is a spell scroll, right?
Yes, it is a spell scroll, and it is a variant of Magnificent Mansion that does not disappear after 24 hours.
Would I be able to copy it to my spellbook?
That is an option, but you wouldn't be able to cast it without a seventh level slot.
I mean, I can still have it in my spellbook.
Yes, of course.
Would be awesome.
That is true.
For way later, for level 20 play.
I will not stop you if this is what you want to do, but I will say you will not be able to use the spell until you have a 7th level slot.
No, yeah, that's fine. And that just cost me, I had to, I think, pull it up. I think that cost me 40 gold in like a couple hours.
Yeah, it'd be a couple hours. Davio is like, I'd say, inspecting the scroll here at this current moment. We could turn this into some kind of just way for you to use it whenever you want.
I mean, that would be preferable. I mean, what's the whole point of making something with it if it burns up the spell scroll when you use it?
Yeah.
It would take a second, but maybe this is going to be a little difficult to think of, but meet me by the tavern maybe a few hours from now, and I'll think of something. And he gives you the scroll back.
Okay. I give the scroll to Catellus, actually. I want to make sure he has it.
Yeah. Catellus.
Yes.
You get the key. Sorry. You get the fucking thing. You get the scroll back.
Time to study it and put it in my spell scroll.
Yay!
Yay!
I will mention that if you do this, you will not be able to get whatever the thing that Davio is talking about.
Damn.
Wait, what?
So Davio was mentioning that he can maybe figure out a way to turn the spell scroll into something where you can just use it and use the spell whenever you want.
Why would I? Because it doesn't use a spell scroll. I just like studying it and then deciphering it.
Like you copy it and then you give it to him.
I thought it burned up the spell scroll. My bad. Okay, yeah, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
If it burned out the spell scroll,
Sure, yeah. Okay, I'm brain. Yeah, okay. We'll just say that. Go ahead. It won't change anything then.
Because, like, from my understanding is, like, when you copy a spell scroll, like, the spell scroll tells you how to cast it, and so you're just copying how to cast it into
Yeah,
your
okay,
notebook,
yeah.
essentially.
It's just
You
like
can, yeah.
It's like copy and pasting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. You can say you do that then.
Yippee! Finally, I finally get something cool in my spell scroll.
Yay!
I mean, my spell book.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else that I want to do,
All
at
right.
least.
Okay. Then I think after a few hours, you guys probably, as I think Nero's definitely still asleep, but you guys head over to the place. You head over to the tavern. Eventually, Davio leads you back to his like room full of arcane shit, and he takes out this device here. It looks like it's supposed to take a spell scroll and do something with it. And you see that there's actually this strange, ornate-looking key on the inside of the machine. So I may have found a way to inscribe the scroll onto, or at least inscribe the important stuff onto this key here. Maybe we can, if everything works out, it should be able to just be used on a door, and that would lead to
Like just
That
any door?
any door.
Holy shit, that's so cool.
Oh, we had those in. Okay. Hell
It's
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna need the scroll to really get this to work. There.
I can't believe Connor pulled out the fucking dimensional key. That's so fucking awesome. Wow.
No, yeah, I immediately was like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah. Connor is taking this game in a direction that I'm very pleased about. Hell yeah. We take the key,
So,
I'm assuming, right?
do you guys give him the scroll? Then?
Yeah.
Okay. He takes the scroll, puts it into the machine, and it looks like it's like inscribing a bunch of like runes onto this key. That kind of glow for a second, and then he takes out the key and hands it to you. And hang on a second, I gotta make the item card for this.
It'd be best if you hold on to this Catellus.
Me with my cool magic items.
I mean, you're a wizard. I get my power from my little bestie.
Hang on, I gotta make the item card for this.
I was like, fuck, I gotta type. Fuck, I gotta type.
Sorry, I'm typing. I'm John Typer today.
If Brim and Slate combine Isia style, would they be called Slim? Slim Shady?
Okay, buddy.
I thought that was hilarious. I guess Lucas didn't think it was that funny.
I'm glad you noticed.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, I'm gonna make sure the next time you open a fortune cookie, it's not nice.
Okay. I didn't know you had control over that.
I do. That's my innate mutant ability, is that I can change what it says on your fortune cookie.
Is that why you're so bitter all the time?
Yeah. What? That doesn't make sense. Fortune cookies aren't bitter.
No, but having that kind of power would make me bitter.
Yeah?
Like, how many times are you... Like, you don't even work at a place that has fortune cookies. That would
What?
make me bitter. It's like, you can barely use the power.
Oh. I guess. That's a stretch. A stretch so far they call you Mr. Fantastic.
How the fuck is that a far stretch? Austin, how many fortune cookies have you seen this week?
2.
Yeah. So you've been able to use your power twice this
Right,
week.
but if I had that ability, I would be going out of my way to go to Panda Express and change all the fortune cookies to say like the most awful shit.
Like, is it just in your vicinity, or do you have to see them?
No, it has to be in an AoE radius of 150 feet.
Do you have to see them, or can you just
No,
sense
I
them
can
that
just
they're
do it.
there?
I sense them.
That's fucking gay.
Yeah, well, I'm fucking gay. What about it?
Ew.
Okay.
All right.
Stop doing
Sorry.
that.
Here's the item card in Meeker Speaker.
What'd you say?
Whoever takes the key, this is the
Meeker
item
speaker?
card for it. And,
The key.
yeah, it's spec.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Any floor plan they think of, dude, we're gonna be in the fucking. My name is Catellus. Welcome to MTV Cribs.
Oh yeah.
Literally. But yeah, no. You take this key, and who takes it actually?
Catellus, 100%.
Catalyst, you get the key.
That's him.
Yay.
Yeah, no, so now you can just like use this on any door and it will lead you there.
B.
All right.
Hooray.
So, we should probably let Nero know the plan and then head for Waterdeep, right?
Well, I wish you two luck. All right.
Look, if I don't see you again, Davio, and if I guess I mean me doesn't see you again, I've appreciated your help. And I know it's none of my business, and it seems like you guys have kind of buried the hatchet. But hold on to Silvara. Whatever you guys have, that's important. I don't hope you guys lose that again.
He smiles at you. Well, to be honest, I don't think we ever would have managed to if it weren't for you.
Oh, and I'm glad to have helped.
Hope to see you again.
Yeah.
He,
Well,
like,
I hope you
pats
see
your
me
shoulder.
again.
Oh, you again.
Yeah.
The both of you.
I give him a hug.
He returns it.
That's sweet.
Good luck out there.
Thanks.
And he kind of gets back to what he's doing. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before we wrap up the campaign? Other than like talking to Nero.
I don't think so.
Okay. So you said you were gonna go talk to Nero.
Yeah,
right?
just let him know the plan before we leave.
Okay. Say you let him know about the plan. He seems all right with it. So I'm assuming he's pretty much going to be staying there while you guys are doing things, so you can like take care of him pretty much.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, like in the extra dimensional space.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you guys do this, and I think eventually you're all set to go, all set to head out for Waterdeep. It's about sunset now, I'd say. And hang on, let me see if I can actually get this to do what I want it to do here. And is there anything else you guys would like to say or do before we're done?
I don't think so.
So, Catalyst, we're headed back home, huh?
Yeah. I guess so.
You're just gonna have to show me around. I mean, I don't live in the city; I live outside it.
I'll do my best.
No
I
better
mean,
guide than the great and powerful wizard Catalyst, right?
I guess Atlas might know a bit more about the city than I do, but I'm sure he can help as well.
Yeah, you'll have to introduce me.
And as you two, probably not the song that I want. Hang on a second. I gotta go to fucking SoundCloud now again because this bot sucks. There we go. So as you guys continue talking, you set out, um, and for every one question answered, 10 more rise to take its place. The sickness, the memory erasure that plagued the people of Secumber of the High Forest, anyone who dared to remember what the Azure Star Observatory may have been at one point, has at least been temporarily halted. But what was seen up there, the answers you sought, existed in the form of a single encounter. The questions flooded in afterwards, and even before. People all across Faerun were forgetting the observatory. There were notes of a living spell plucked from the sky itself, a prophecy detailing judgment of all mankind. There was an incomplete theory that could change magic as we know it, and finally there was another brimstone that was seen at the deepest levels. For every one question answered, 10 more rise to take its place. But despite this, one thing remains entirely clear. One thing that is not a mystery, not a question, but a fact. A fact that our party knows is true. This is not the end. The anomaly is still out there, and there is no way to tell where it will strike next. We see the sun set on the town of Secumber for one last time. Meanwhile, a cloaked figure stands on a floating island surrounded by glowing azure waters filled with starlight. The gate is locked, and the figure knows it's locked and that there's nothing they can do about it. Not yet. Looking inward through the cracks in the gate with disgust, the figure simply turns around, raising a necklace containing a small blue flame. And then, in an instant, they're gone. Welcome to Pros, Cons, and Comments.
Oh my
This
fucking
session is
god.